News to hand. Jesam Michael's arrested in handcuffs, trying to flee the country. This is an interesting one because I did cover Jesam Michael's a couple of years ago, and allegedly he stole $87 million, which is a shitload of money from Nigerians. I think it's 127 countries. Does seem similar to Megan, who's only been doing this crusade for a month, and she claims she's already scammed 160 different countries. But this one's interesting, and I'm reading the email that I received about 5 days ago. And I first looked at this email and I thought to myself, how can I actually use this information? The people who provided me this email even gave me the police phone number, pleading with me to do something about it. I said, you're a YouTuber and the crypto Ponzi scheme avenger. He said, if you request more information from the Inspector General of the police, might further compel the authorities to act decisively. So I'm going to read the email I got from a fellow Nigerian person. A lot of Nigerians have been deeply affected by investing with this Ponzi scheme. And Jesam Michael's, well, most of the time you'll see Jesam singing his name to people. You know, be saying to people, Jesam Michael's. He loves himself. He's got his hands so far up his ass, he's a puppeteer to himself. He's even put together an Apple Play Store in Nigeria. He's built himself a nightclub. He's always wearing the finest clothes. And even in the video that I'm about to show you, he's wearing Guess, Gucci, and he looks like he's wearing a Rolex. Before we get into this, though, I've got a few clips to show you how the authorities have made claims that the police have been working side by side with him and letting him get away with corruption. He's got a pair of handcuffs on. It looks like he's got a Rolex with some flash watch. Doesn't make sense to me. If I was going to handcuff somebody with potentially maybe $100,000 watch on his wrist, I'd probably say, do you want me to take that off first? But I'm just a lot of people are surprised they don't actually believe it's real and they're still pinching themselves. So this is actually quite a big video if you've lost money to Jesam Michael's. Personally, I've been out for a run tonight in the hills. I've come home, I've still got my jacket on. I'm very tired, but I really wanted to do this video. We went after him and we stormed into one of his Zoom meetings one day and we made it very public. I actually rang him and told him on the phone that I was going to do it. He organized a whole lot of tugmen, about 15 people, to storm my Zoom meeting and shut me down. And that video then got attacked and actually had 12,000 views, attacked by bots. And he was obviously involved in a criminal network above my pay scale. And it was actually quite intimidating. But as we read, g'day Trey, nice to see you in the chat room. As we read this first email, I've also prepared a blog and I've also got videos to show you tonight. This is actually quite an interesting one. Think Nigeria, no money. And here's one guy that allegedly has taken $86 million from Nigerians, or collectively, I think 127 countries around the world. Let's get into it. Let's just read the first couple of paragraphs. I'll get my computer to read it because otherwise you'll be disappointed. But listen to this.
Dear Danny D. Heck, thank you once again for your prompt and encouraging response. Your support means a great deal to the many victims who feel voiceless in the face of alleged scams like those orchestrated by Jesam Michael of Afriq Arbitrage System. In our ongoing efforts to highlight the gravity of this situation, I am attaching both photos and videos showing exotic cars belonging to Jesam, now held at the Special Investigation Unit's headquarters in Abuja. Their impoundment is a significant turning point, clear evidence of the CU's resolve to peel back the layers of Jesam's operations.
Yeah. So here I am, I'm getting privileged information, didn't know what to do with it. And now just yesterday, he's been arrested trying to flee the country. So I've got the videos of this person who's provided these to show me his cars. And I've seen these cars in other videos and photos in the past.
Despite these developments, Jesam continues to evade arrest and has refused to submit himself to the police for questioning. The brazenness of this refusal is underscored by a recent televised interview aired on African independent television, 8, also attached here. In the footage, a man describes how Jesam has leveraged the office of the Inspector General of Police through the former SEU commander, DCP Asuk Wofiang, a hometown associate of Jesam's, to dodge accountability. Although DCP Fiang is now the principal staff officer to the Inspector General of Police, he and some other officers apparently persists in shielding Jesam from full scrutiny.
Yeah, so this is quite interesting, and this is the part I think that's actually quite brave. That the person that's obviously I'm not going to tell anyone who this guy is that's provided this information, but this is pretty detailed information, and it it's quite flattering for the crypto Ponzi scheme Avenger, because these people have put hours of research into this, and this has been a long crusade. And unfortunately, after the men in black telling me that they had some exciting news and they wanted to phone me, and they told me that Sam Lee had been detained in Dubai, and then 7 days later we hear he got released, I sort of can't get my hopes up, because this is, Nigeria's Sam Lee, and he's been detained, he's in handcuffs, he's still got his Rolex on, it's sort of like, hopefully he'll stay there, if you know what I mean.
Such collusion leaves countless investors in dire straits, and many of them are desperate for justice. They look to the current SEU commander, CSP Tewo, who has shown rare courage in pushing forward with this investigation, only to face baseless blackmail from Jesam himself.
He's an arrogant prick. This guy sits here even counting out his money, and it's not even his money. I've even had messages already, people telling me, because I put a few shorts up on my YouTube channel, and people are saying, that's our money, And I've been in these meetings and I've talked to these people. I've had people from South Africa reach out to me and say, you've got to go after this guy, Danny. And it's quite scary. But anyway, this is quite a heartfelt message.
If you wish to follow up directly with Nigeria Police, the Inspector General of Police in Nigeria can be reached at +234 number 8922. As a renowned YouTuber and the crypto Ponzi scheme avenger, reaching out or requesting more information from the Inspector General of Police might further compel the authorities to act decisively and reassure investors that this matter will not be swept aside.
Can you imagine me ringing up the Nigerian police? G'day, it's Danny, aka the crypto Ponzi scheme avenger, here to name and shame anyone running or promoting a Ponzi scheme or scam. I have some information about Jesam Michael, and I'd like to forward it on to you because I'm hoping that you will actually go out and arrest him. Danny, from New Zealand, tell us what you know. Well, I have a database of all these criminals, and I've been gathering information on Jesam for the last 2 or 3 years. Would you be interested in having a look at it? We never knew that he was a criminal. I don't really think that would go down too well. But obviously there's had a lot of law enforcement helping him out along the way, and you actually see armed guards escorting him around the country. It's appalling.
Thank you again for your continued interest in exposing fraudulent actors. Your willingness to explore the evidence and highlight these stories gives victims worldwide a real chance at being heard. If you have any additional questions or need further material for a future expose, please don't hesitate to let me know. Your platform has already amplified so many marginalized voices, and it is my hope that, together, we can see this investigation through to its rightful conclusion.
Yeah. So I'm actually, I feel quite privileged, and it's a really nice gesture. This is a very nice personalized email asking me, pleading me, and helping me. And this is the emails that I really like to get. I'm impressed by this person, and I feel for them because they've obviously fighting a battle that they didn't think they'd win, and they may have just won it. It's pretty cool, eh? All right, so let me go to the next exciting bit. First thing we're going to do is going to go to the quick player, and because my dog is looking at me like he's going to wet himself on the floor, I'm actually going to play this one. First of all, that's Jesam Michael's, and he's in handcuffs. And that video there Pixel is only 16 seconds. Oh no, he sat down on the floor and we might be right. So this is him.
About to jet back to America before I receive the call from PSO.
So that's the first video. But what interests me about this, I've seen this video on another YouTuber's channel, a lady that used to do all his YouTube videos. Her name slips my mind, and maybe Susie can remember. She was doing all these videos for Jesam Michaels, and then all of a sudden she has fallen out. Now she's off promoting other Ponzi schemes and scams. And I just think if he's been arrested and charged for promoting and running this Ponzi scheme, this YouTuber that has since deleted all her videos and washed her hands of him because of how do we say maybe she was showing ethics, and now she's changed. She's been promoting for the last year and a half, and all of a sudden she's deleted all these videos. Be interested to know if the authorities go and knock on her door as well. Thank you, Susie. You are so awesome. Legacy Crypto Queen. And we might have a look at her later, but Legacy Crypto Queen. So she's been promoting him like there's no tomorrow. So I'm going to play this one. I've seen this video. Oops, it didn't work, Danny. We lost the video, everyone. Houston, we have a problem. Let's go back to that video. So this is Jesam Michael, and this is where he is obviously in the airport, and he's theoretically sitting here, and they've told him to pull out his money because he will be handing over his money. He's still got his what looks like a Rolex, probably anything from $30,000 to $100,000 Rolex on his wrist, and he's sitting there counting his money, and he keeps on trying to hand the money to the officer, and they go, "Nope, you count it," because they want him to say how much money he's handing over, and they obviously put that in the evidence locker. But this video, how did the crypto Ponzi scheme get the video from the policeman? It just shows you. People were saying to me in my chat room that I don't know any law enforcement. Well, maybe I do. Anyway, I'm going to play this, and then I'm going to let Pixel out for a wee. This is 3 minutes and 28 seconds to go out and have a wee, Pixel. And you watch this as he counts his money. It's quite interesting.
Can't it?
So they're telling him to count his money, and I'll go let Pixel out for a week. So here's one guy who's got all this money he's counting out. Some of it's US dollars, and other it's probably Nigerian dollars, whatever that is. G'day, Mark. G'day. Nice to see everyone here. Yeah, it is late, but nice to have you here. So look, he goes to hand it to them.
The euro, 1, 2, 3.
He's got euros. He's certainly used to counting money.
It's not the There's 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. 18 pieces of euro. 19, 20, 21. 10 pieces. Just so that I won't make mistake. 20 euros is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
So we've got a video here that Susie just sent us, and it's obviously about how
11,
Legacy Queen, top admin,
13.
had 3 months ago was when she stopped promoting them. So obviously the wheels started to fall off back then.
9, 10, 11.
But this shows you that every Ponzi scheme person eventually gets caught up with, doesn't it? And that's what's really exciting about that.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
So I'm just playing this whole video so we've got it documented. So if you ever go to prison, which I haven't been, but they do get you to empty your pockets and count all your money. And if you ever get, look at how much money he's got here though. This is all, and I feel so sorry for people who have lost their money to this guy. And he's sitting here with $100 notes. You know, well, looks like $100 notes. They're all the same size in America, aren't they?
27, 28, 29 pieces of 100.
See, they won't take his money until he's finished counting his own money. They don't want to touch his dirty money.
Then 3 pieces of $20.
See, they won't take his money.
3 pieces of $20.
They want him to count it first. So let's hope he stays in prison. And how do you feel about your savior to your financial passive income future? I mean, the lies that this guy's been preaching. So we have got other videos. We've got videos of the cars that were, repoed. So that is a car I've seen him in. And then we've also got the black Merc. I've got photos of those ones, which we'll flip to. But this is the statement. This is 2 minutes and 20 seconds long. And we'll show you this video. Now, you may have not seen this video before, anyone. This is actually very poor quality, but we're going to be listening to the sound.
Some men of the SIU, of the Nigeria police, are working in tandem with Jesam Michael in all of this.
When that of Access Bank fraud happened, I came to this studio and I raised alarm. And I squarely accused Inspector General of Police. Because when you're talking about Nigerian police, you're talking about Inspector General of Police. It is not left for him. So in order to prove me wrong, that he never supported such fraudulent activities in the Nigerian police and in the bank, he personally asked Eleman, the DC IG monitoring unit, to investigate the matter and report direct to him. Are you get what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. At least so that yes, I'm not in support. Now that SIU is under IGP. So in other words, vicariously, IGP is being accused of supporting this. So the only area where IGP will prove to Nigerians that are not in support of that is to ensure that there is proper investigation of this particular matter. Because of those people there, I don't even know them all. Thank God that none of them is from my tribe. In fact, 2 of them is from Jesam Michael's place. And that Asuko, ACP, is from his own village, his kinsman. I have this information.
Does ethnicity have anything to do with this?
What do you want me to say? What do you want me to say? If there is not ethnicity, you do not collect bribe, you do not do this, why should you allow a nominal complainant to intimidate your suspect? That you complain a matter, that you write a petition to a police does not mean that police cannot even investigate against you. Because most of the times, when you write petition and police discover that you gave them false information, you'll be arrested and investigated and charged for giving police false information. So these are the issues I'm calling. I thank God that Nigerian Bar Association, Buhari branch, my own branch, they are doing something. National Human Rights Commission, they took it upon themselves. And the management of Federal High Court, they told me that they are carrying out their own investigation.
Yeah, so I don't know about you guys, but I always feel, being a New Zealander, all the scams seem to start from Nigeria. There were so many princes offering people money. And it's sort of, at the start of all this saga, it was actually kind of, I don't want to say funny, but it was unusual that the Nigerians actually got scammed themselves. But it just shows you that this is a global problem that everyone's trying to deal with. The other video I will play, because the person that gave me these videos actually went to a lot of effort to get them. Now, why is my computer on a go slow? So let's start that one again. Oh, it did work after all that. Everything's delayed these moments. But this is basically showing that the Special Investigation Unit, and this is their building. And I like what they've done here. They've actually kept it in its entirety. So now what they're going to do is going to spin around. And they're going to walk to the car park at the back where the car's been confiscated.
This is one of the vehicles that was seized from him.
So that must be one of the vehicles assisting him, or one of the ones that they had armed guards escorting him around Nigeria. They said luxury cars, but suppose these are luxury cars for Nigerians. They're not Lamborghinis. I think a Lamborghini would fall apart in the car park if they did. And notice the parking's very close. And I also noticed this luxury car had a bit of a ding in it. So over somebody's probably chasing him down the road with a...
This is another vehicle that was seized from him.
Yep, so that was his Mercedes. I've seen him driving around in that one. I've seen him singing and dancing in that one. Mercedes. How would you feel though that you've managed to... They've confiscated his cars, they've asked him to come in for questioning, he's denied to do so, and then he's tried to flee the country, and then they nabbed him in the airport.
This is the third vehicle that was seized from him.
And that's his Mercedes. See, it's got a bit of a ding on the back. But you'd be quite happy, wouldn't you? There you go. Definitely the Mercedes. Looks like I could do a bit of a clean, Jesam. Alrighty, so that's all the videos I've got to show you. Now we're going to go to have a look at some other things. So first of all, Legacy Queen. Put a message in the chat room. Should she be held accountable for her involvement? I'm going to start the voting off. I'm going to say definitely. So this lady has, I'm actually going to have a look and see if her old YouTube channel has been removed, or she is actually, she's got a new YouTube channel, which is one I just showed you, but she's still promoting Ponzi schemes or scams. And it's like these people don't know what to do with their time. And I'm just trying to go through and see if I can find. So should she be accountable, or she's just misinformed and she saw the way out at the end and didn't make a good choice? I mean, this is what really pisses me off. I can't see her old channel. I don't know if she's rebranded her existing one and deleted all the videos, but you might have to take my word on this one. But what I did find is if you come here, I mean, she's still promoting investment opportunities. Is she an investment advisor? And I've forgotten where she lives. Is it South Africa? Susie, you're sending me information. I did actually prepare a little bit for this meeting, and you're throwing other goody stuff. I've already got that one.
Legacy Crypto Q 2025. I have what an active account means in the new UBX. So if you are part of UBX, this is vital information for you. I have a little bit more information on the current platform. Now, UBX is an exchange that runs on proof of work. This is what is happening. So when I'm just, trust me, I have
the same shit, different day. And Legacy Queen, so that is her original channel. Oh, you're awesome, Susie. So she's got this channel and this channel. Thank you. Look at our Avengers. Look how we managed to find information on these people. So she set herself up a Legacy Queen Crypto 2. She's turned over a new leaf. She's now promoting other Ponzi schemes. I don't even know if these are Ponzi schemes and scams, but I'm just about guaranteed they are. So let's bookmark this this Trojan horse. I'm just going to put that in my wee folder for next time. I won't be a second. I'm just going to do it. If you can do a job in 2 minutes, do it straight away. I always say I've got a Ponzi schemers, and I will make sure that I bookmark that one as well. Now, I'm not going to play these videos at the moment. We might do another video. I want to carry on with the information at hand so I can show you what I've got. I've actually done a bit of research on this. Obviously, I've had that brilliant email from that kind person that that wanted to show me what she had been doing. But hey, is she guilty? Should she be held accountable? I say definite. I think this lady here is a bottom feeder, and she needs to be stopped, and she needs to be taken off the internet. Now, this week is probably the week I've spent more time and energy reporting Ponzi schemes and scams than I ever had. And we literally have had just incredible responses, and it's been quite good. And I'm just going to interlude that. Hopefully I haven't got anything terrible on the screen. No, I haven't. Right, this is my database that I have, and I've now created a new area called reporting. And we've got DreamHost, Cookie Ebot, Now Payments, Meetin, Two Cows, Link, Zero Hash, Columnist, PayPal, and GoDaddy. And what we're doing is we are complaining about people, and we are finding new ways to report people. Now, we spend all day long reporting people. For example, GoDaddy, I've been in extensive talks with them. We are showing them that there's a website out there at the moment that is called DannyDeHeck.org, and it's not me. They've used my photos. So I've set up, we have wrote to them and provided extensive information about this problem. Now, they said, you need to fill out a form. So we fill out these forms, and you'll see, I'm just giving you an idea what extent that we have to go to. But here's, correspondence saying this is my logo, this is my photo that was in the New York Times, it's owned by the New York Times. Here's other photos and information about me. These are all originals. Check the meta tags. Get them off your servers, you bastards, I'm telling them. Wrote them more stern emails. And I get an email back saying, we'll take a look at it. In the meantime, a little boy waits. And not only that, we've got my my friend behind MLM. Now, he published an article today about this website called Behind MLM Reviews. They're charging $500 to do reviews for people in a favorable light. And if you go and look at one of these reviews, all what I did is I copied this whole review today, and I wrote a reply. And now I've got your comment is awaiting moderation. So this won't even show on the website unless somebody ticks the button. But this has nothing to do with Behind MLM. But he's a bit pissed off, and he's totally pissed off because I've literally broken his brand, stripped his website and everything he's done, and he's wrote an article about it. So, it's time. What I'm saying is we've had enough. So we're starting to spend the time reporting. Now, we've got Megan's website removed for a short period of time. She lost her payment gateway that she was using Stripe with. We've also got Now Payments, which was her crypto provider, and we've actually managed to stop her collecting money. We may not stop her forever, but, so this is what we're doing. So we need people to help us. Now, remember, we've got a database here. And when it comes to Jesam Michael, here's Jesam Michael. So I could have given this page about Jesam Michael to the authorities. So now I come across here, I get my article that I've just got given by this kind gentleman. And I will update my database. And this database is accessed by 6 countries and 6 government agencies, and they go through it and see what it is. So that's what we're doing, but we've had this scumbag on our radar for so long. So when I say we've had this scumbag on our radar for so long, these are the videos. So I've put four shorts up today showing him counting his money. We've looked at some of the videos that we've done in the past. This was a year ago. This is Jesam Michael's sitting in one of his cars. All night and I drink a rum. Oh, damn it. So here he is, living the dream, rubbing salt in everyone's wounds, living the lifestyle, and we just put our own music spin on that one. And you can see he's just an arrogant prick, really. But in the meantime, we've done our fair share of videos, but I don't feel I did enough to help the Nigerian people. I mean, some of these, look, this is him in his car, being driven around, and he's just rubs salt in everyone's wounds. And, he thinks he's so cool. And now he's in handcuffs. But how long is he going to stay in handcuffs for? I don't know. It's just disgusting, isn't it? All right, so that's cool. All right, so now what we've gone and done, I've prepared a blog, and I'm going to bore you guys to death. Hopefully not. But this is the blog. I found a photo. He's been arrested, and he's in handcuffs. Now, Legacy Queen said something earlier on today about how she wanted to see him in handcuffs. To me, it's not very exciting. But if you know the history of this guy and what he's been doing, it is actually quite an interesting story. And hopefully this video will help people who don't realize how these scammers work. And let's just read the first 2 paragraphs so you get an idea. Here we go. Go, computer.
The Nigeria Police Force, NPF, has confirmed the arrest of Jesam Michael, CEO of Afriq Arbitrage System, AAS, dismissing his claims of harassment and stating that he is being investigated for financial fraud. Jesam Michael, who was apprehended at Murtala Mohammed International Airport while attempting to flee Nigeria, is now facing serious allegations related to an elaborate Ponzi scheme that allegedly defrauded investors of $87 million across 127 countries.
Yeah, so 87 million between 120 countries. And we'll find out, but his mate was blamed for it. But 2 days after his mate was blamed for it, here he is talking to him on the phone like he's his best buddy. I remember seeing that video. All right, so let's carry on.
Jesam Michael's failed legal tactics to avoid arrest before his capture. Jesam Michael and his legal team desperately attempted to discredit victims, whistleblowers, and law enforcement.
Yeah, and I did see that Microsoft certified trainer, which should have a shorter name, just saying. Day01 has been listed in the FMA, and I haven't got that handy, but I think Liquid Pay. Liquid Pay, oh my God. I'll see if I can find that because that was actually quite exciting when I saw that. Yeah, I'll just put in mind FMA. Bookmarks, do I have that? I'm actually going to jump a wee bit here. So we've got the Financial Market Authority, Day01. There it is. Yeah, so this is another victory that we're having. But what does that actually mean? So here's another warning about Day01. They are telling everyone here that it was associated with failed Ponzi schemes called, I can't even I always get this name wrong, but I'll give it another go.
Auridus.
And GS Partners. And now we've got Australians. So we're going to flash back to our database here. If I went home, I went to Ponzi schemes and scams. If I went to Orator's Gold, and I went to here, now what I could do is simply have a link, put it over here, and I'll drop that link in there. And now we've got another warning out there, but these people still promote it. So if we go to marketers, there's 43 Australians and 1 Croatian guy in here promoting a scam that's been already flagged multiple times, and nothing happens. It's also been in Money Smart, but it's sort of, is it good or is it bad, or is it just stupid that Money Smart can flag these companies as scams and people just keep promoting them? So that's good news, and it's taken them, well, it took me 1 hour to do a video and research who they're all connected to, and I've done quite a few videos of all these Australians promoting things like this, and it just continues. And they ignore the warnings. The amount of warnings that come out about Jesam Michael, people just ignored it. So let's listen to the story, which is breathtaking.
AAS filed a $10 million lawsuit. Jesam and his lawyers sued whistleblowers, including Prince Humble Eting, Michael Okoy Daniels, and Denga Awajioma, for allegedly spreading falsehoods about AAS.
Isn't that crazy? A $10 million lawsuit. Well, you've got the money to do it. Now, if you're familiar with me, probably nearly 2 years ago now, somebody tried to sue me in the New Zealand High Court for $3.8 million. They call them slaps in New Zealand, and they just throw money at you. But our law system was pretty cool. They had to put $150,000 into a slush fund in case they lost. And they started arguing with the court system saying that we don't believe the court case is going to spend $150,000 fighting Danny to heck. Long story short, they filed a discontinuance an hour and a half before the High Court judge actually opened the file. It cost me $36,000 to defend myself. The courts ordered him to pay $27,500, claiming that he spent too much money. Our lawyers spent too much money defending ourselves on a $3.8 million lawsuit. Now that case has been caught the eye of a university here in New Zealand, and they're going to put it together with other slap cases, and they're going to try and get a law change. It's something that they do. So these guys here filed a $10 million lawsuit against these individuals because they were whistleblowers. You know, this is what I literally fight against. And Jesam Michael, with his $86 million that he claimed that somebody stole, did the same.
Blaming his associate for the missing funds, Jesam tried to shift all the blame onto his former associate, Abayomi Segunoluwasizan, claiming that Abayomi stole $87 million from Mars while Jesam was supposedly undergoing a liver transplant.
A liver transplant. Listen to that. Hey, I know what I'll do. I'll come up with this really cool exit strategy. I'll say my mate stole 87 million. How did he get 87 million? And then I'll say I was getting a liver transplant. Look, I'll be flipping that boy over, ripping his clothes off, looking for a hole where he had an operation. I mean, a liver transplant, great story. Sounds good. But yeah, these are the stories that these scammers come up with. So how far do they go?
Attacking the CCSGG, Jesam's legal team publicly accused the Coalition of Civil Society for Good Governance, CCSGG, of misleading the public, despite the police and victims presenting overwhelming evidence of fraud.
Look, keep your comments coming in the chat room. We've got a good attendance here today. How do you feel about this sort of stuff? Have you heard this sort of stuff from other scammers that we've been busting? I still can't get over the liver transplant one. I mean, how hard would it to be prove that somebody's had a liver transplant? Oh, I'm sorry. Did I read that one? I did, didn't I? Attacking the CCSGG legal team publicly accused. So this must misleading the public. So he's taken on the police. He's that arrogant. Is that what they're basically saying, isn't it? Yeah, I think I read that one. Hopefully, well, you can read it. Okay.
Fabricated claims of persecution. Jesam Michael portrayed himself as a victim, claiming his reputation was under attack. However, his failure to provide medical records, proof of legitimate trading, or a repayment plan for investors destroyed his credibility.
Yeah, so he's promised a whole lot of dreams. Surely you can find a hole in somebody's body where they've had a liver transplant. Surely you'd show people that you did it. I don't know. How do they, and then he claims victim. Oh, does that sound like Megan Lynch by any chance? Does this sound like Megan's a victim? If you have been following my videos, you'll know who I'm talking about. We've currently got a lady who said that if you invest $25 to lock yourself into her matrix, and she's going to position you in the matrix herself, that you can earn $442,860 a month if you trust her. And every meeting that she has, she gives you a great big hardship story about her whole life to build that connection with you. And she also claims that I'm a racist, which is absolutely appalling. I don't even know how she's come up with this one, but she's thrown that out there, telling people that so she can have empathy. And yesterday, or the day before, she was crying on camera because her close friend died of cancer. And she, she still carries on promoting a Ponzi scheme or scam. But a lot of people just come up with these hardship stories. It's actually breathtaking to listen to these scams and these scammers, I should say.
Despite Jesam's attempts to intimidate critics and evade accountability, law enforcement saw through his deception. His legal maneuvering failed, and the Nigeria police force arrested him before he could flee the country.
Isn't that great? I mean, Nigerian corruption, I don't know. I watched this traveller. There's a New Zealand travel guy who just went to Lagos, whatever that place is in Nigeria, and he travelled the extent of the country, and he showed different parts of his travel. Intrepid Traveller, I think he's called, something like that. Anyways, a Kiwi. And, there's gunfights in the streets, there's traffic jams, there's cars being abandoned. And this is just another day in life of living in Nigeria. And now then when the police actually, arrest him, it must be just so victorious for those people who want justice.
Global outcry as victims demand justice. The economic devastation caused by AAS has been described as catastrophic. Investors have suffered crippling financial losses, with many reporting bankrupt businesses, failed marriages, and even criminal charges due to unpaid debts linked to their AAS investments.
Now, I've literally had people ring me up about this scam. One guy said he sold 2 plots of land that were owned by his family so he could invest in this opportunity. I've been in Zoom meetings with people. We hosted a Zoom meeting, which you may have not got at the start, where Jesam Michael and his team invaded my Zoom meeting with 12 tugmen. It got to the point where they all snuck in there and they all turned their cameras on there, and the Nigerians that were actually trying to talk about what actually happened were too scared to turn on their cameras because their lives are in danger. Now, interesting enough, he's meant to be part of some sort of killer network where they literally do, they kill people who don't agree with them. And he's meant to be part of this, and this will come out in this article. It's amazing what you get away with kind of in Nigeria.
At a press conference in Abuja, the Coalition of Civil Society for Good Governance, CCSGG, alongside victims of AAS, called on the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, to take immediate action against Jesam Michael and his entire management team.
Isn't that awesome?
Victims speak out how Jesam Michael stole their money.
Yeah.
Anger. Awaji Oma, speaking on behalf of thousands of victims, detailed how Jesam Michael systematically manipulated investors through social media platforms like Telegram.
Yeah. Now, there was somebody, Trilogy Media. They said anyone on WhatsApp, anyone on Telegram is trying to scam you. He said just delete the 2 programs from your phone. And I have to kind of agree with that, even though I live on WhatsApp. It's a great tool to make free phone calls and the like. But literally, social media is how all these scams promote. I mean, look at the moment, we've got Megan and Regan Lynch. They are building up a Telegram group, and they're telling people to invest $25. And I get these people come along and offer these stupid comments, and I'm going, well, how about you listen to Jesam Michael's story and the people's and lives he's ruined with giving them false hope and promises. And then make the conclusion whether you think these 2 ladies are a scammer or not. And they've been doing this for 5 years. This guy's the same. There's a whole history of scams. I mean, that lady, that YouTuber, Legacy Queen, I mean, she's been promoting all the scams since day dot. And now she's suddenly wiped her hands of it and thinks she can carry on just doing another day in the office. She believes she has some sort of right to promote these scams. This paragraph's pretty big.
How Jesam lured investors, uploaded personal videos of his family and children to appear trustworthy, encouraged people to sell their properties and invest everything in his so-called guaranteed system, promised hack-proof security and daily returns of 1.65%, only to change the rules and block withdrawals, blamed his associate, Abayomi Segun-Oluwasegun, for an alleged hack, a move seen as a distraction tactic.
Yeah, so how many times have you seen them move the narrative? How many times have you told them that they're going to... I know this one that we're using that's in my head at the moment, this Megan lady. She tells everyone to just build, recruit, get everyone's name and email addresses, and then she's got 30, 40,000 people behind her. And then she said, now I'm going to force them all to pay $25 for a marketing kit so that they can learn how to recruit. And now she's going to release packages, which she's claiming are products. And they're continuously moving the narrative. Why do these people have so much clout? Because they're not actually offering a money-making opportunity. They're actually giving people false hope. They are giving them hope. They're offering them a passive income. They're telling people, if you do what I do, you'll be like me. You'll have all this money. Often they don't have any money. Sometimes they pull it off. Jesam Michael's obviously pulled it off to a certain degree. This is a summary which sums it up quite nicely.
We were systematically brainwashed, convinced to trust him, and then betrayed, Oma stated. We want justice and accountability for the financial and emotional distress he has caused.
Now imagine being a starving person, and that's literally what happens in Nigeria. I've been to Cambodia. I've seen starving children. I've seen babies laying on the ground with a mum asking for food, not money, but food. And she was food, and I walked across this bridge with a bunch of bananas, which I was going to feed myself on. By the time I got to the other side of the bridge, and I'm not kidding you, this was a bridge that was probably 40 meters. I had no bananas left. People were starving in these countries. So imagine going out to a starving person or somebody who didn't have any wealth and promising they'll become rich and, showing them a little bit of wealth and then taking them and fleecing them for the rest of the money. These guys are truly the bottom feeders, aren't they? No, now this is really interesting. As I showed you this TV program thingy earlier on, the police have been siding with him and helping him commit these crimes and also providing what looks like armed guards to transport him around Nigeria.
Nigeria police exposed Jesam Michael's lies in a statement from Force Public Relations Officer FPRO, Akapalumuhaiwa Adejobi. The NPF made it clear that Jesam's arrest was a direct result of an extensive financial fraud investigation.
Yeah, so might have got that wee bit wrong, that one. But what I was trying to say is the police from their own organisation had people facilitating the crimes. Let's have a look at some of the red flags. Let's get into
Key
it.
findings from the NPF investigation. Jesam lied about being a victim. He reported his associate, Abayomi Seganoluwasizan, for stealing $87 million. But police found suspicious asset transfers into Jesam's personal name, a major red flag.
Now, how about that? Now, that is a telltale sign, eh? So instead of the money going from a business entity that theoretically existed, it went into his personal name. So how many times have we heard that happening? Every time. The money is everything. Megan, using Megan as an example, she claimed the other day that I managed to hack into her website. I'm not that clever. And she said, but don't worry, your money's safe because the money's not there. So where is the money? They don't tell you. They just take the money, scoop it off. We watch it. We've watched other schemes where they've literally siphoned the money off. We watched one Ponzi scheme, We Are All Satoshi, siphoned $350 million from people. And they claim they have 250,000 active users. And you go into their Zoom meetings, and sometimes it'll be as little as 13 people in the Zoom meetings. And then other times you'll go in there, and it looks like they bump up the audience. They might have 300 or 400. But they claim they have 250,000. They make all these false claims that they can't substantiate. They move money around all the time. Don't get me started telling you about this Vault Horizon thing.
Ours was never a legitimate business. Investors were unable to withdraw their money for 18 plus months, despite repeated excuses from Jesam.
And this is the part about Ponzi schemes. People tell me, oh, you don't know what you're talking about. We're getting our money out. Most of the money that gets out is only for the first couple of 3 months, and you don't get more money out than you put in. And if you do, it's because you've recruited people and they look after the people that recruit. So people seem to get a bit of a shock when they realize that the money has been cut off. And then they give you these false hope, these false statements, or they keep stringing you along. This is just another day in the office for the crypto Ponzi scheme avenger, unfortunately. This is not, oh my God, this is just like, yeah, that's how they do it.
Fake medical claims. Jesam Michael's claims of undergoing a liver transplant, his excuse for Oz's collapse, were unverifiable and lacked medical records.
Now, what I would like is some old-fashioned strip him naked and put him in those bellows and throw cabbages and tomatoes in. The village people can do it. And then we could see his scar. And if he hasn't got a scar, then how the hell did he have a liver transplant? That's what I'd be doing if I was running the country over there.
No proof of real trading. Jesam never provided verifiable evidence of Oz conducting high-frequency arbitrage trading, reinforcing accusations that Oz was a Ponzi scheme.
Now, we busted Boomerang, Shavis Anwar, who was interviewed by Bloomberg Business Weekly, and he was claiming he's got 120 staff. He was also claiming he opened up an app called Dodo app, and he also was going to open up a credit card called 9Pay. They went to Visa, and Visa said, we have never heard of Shavis Anwar, and we don't even know who 9Pay is. And this credit card was meant to be backed by Visa. They don't normally give public statements, but Bloomberg, they told him, not a customer of ours, we'll say what we like. And they did. They said they had, the very next week, they rebranded the card to Liquid Pay without no I, so LQ Pay. We've got liquidpay.com, and we've got a site that we're trying to expose to tell people that this is the real website. And then even if you click on the links, nothing happens. These links don't work in the directory system. If you click on here, you go into a website, and they've actually managed to get themselves in the Apple Play Store. And they've also managed to get themselves in the Google Play Store, I should say, and the Apple App Store. And so we've realized that their terms and conditions don't have the same company name. So as we've told people that, they've gone and updated those terms and conditions to have the correct company name, because when you go to Apple, this company here, but we haven't found any details about this company. They've got a rating of 5 stars because they get their people to write about the people behind it, promoting it. They get them to write these ratings. But anyway, we wrote to Apple and we've told them that the company here has only been around, and the company we can't even find anything about the company. But this is the first time I've actually seen something we know get into the Apple Play Store. It's amazing. So what I'm getting at is we've even started a website called liquidpay.com, and I bought that domain name. And this is the reason we've got a white screen, is because they're trying to take the website down with denial server attacks. If this was a real genuine company, they could go and report it like we've been doing today and get this website removed. But because it's a fraudulent company, they can't get this video removed. And it's quite funny. But here's the statement from Visa. Said in a statement, has no relationship with 9Pay. Vera, will not comment. Oh, well, I don't even know how I can read that properly. But basically, they've had people come out and say that this guy's full of shit. He doesn't, but they still excel. But we report them, nothing happens. So it just goes on. So the same thing here is with the arbitrage trading, there was no evidence. And same with Shavas Anwar, he started up one called Boomerang. And we was watching $250,000 a day get paid into this platform. They were telling people that if they paid $500 for an arbitrage trading license, that they could turn that into $1,500 each day. And then you would buy 3 licenses and repeat the process and get $4,500. And they said, you just keep doing that until you're as gazillionaire. There isn't enough money in the world to sustain what they claim would be happening, but people still paid $500 for these licenses. Some people even paid $10,000 for these licenses. And this guy was actually, before his time, claiming he was doing arbitrage trading with no proof. So why don't people want proof? How many times do I get people going, oh, the guy behind it's good to go, but they don't have proof? We're living in a modern world. If you don't have proof, and if you see some stupid scanned in paper, this company here is, where is the company they claim they are? Who is this company that they claim they are? Find out, do your research. This company, who are they? They were nobody a few days ago. And not only that, is if we search for Liquid Pay, what do you think happens? Well, it's quite a clever name. This company copies all these names all the time. So you come down to about, I think I've got it in here. Lied. I've done a pretty extensive web page on this, but it took me 6 hours to build a website. So to give you an idea how these companies work, and they're all the same. This is just, I'm not actually getting off target here, but you've got Dodo app is the scam. Doodoo.com is real, or as far as I know is real. And when you went to instead of D0D0.app, we found the contact details, including the phone number, on the contact page of the scam. So they literally copy this whole website. And capital 3 DAO, Decentralized Autonomous Organization, is a scam. But there's 2 other companies one company's even called the exact same name. And then they've got another company so they've got 3 companies with the same name. And this is all to confuse you. 9Pay VC is a Vietnamese company that looks like, VN. See, it's VC. They copy people's names, and it's just ridiculous. And then you've got Bitcoin Code is the scam, and there's another one called Bitcoin Code that's real, same name. And, if you go to the search engines and search for Liquid Pay, what happens? Well, because it's got a spelling mistake, it comes up with another company called Liquid Group. And you come down here, you can see that Liquid Pay, this is not the same company we've just been talking about. This is actually another company that's got nothing to do with the scam. And now you've got they're also on the app. So it's just they pass off people's names, and no one does the deep dives like we do. But then people go to us, oh, Danny, I got paid money into my wallet, so it must be real. And I said, do you not understand how a Ponzi scheme works? They use money from new investors to pay old investors. And people go, oh, I know that, but I'm making money. But you've got to be ethical and think, where's that money coming from? Very rarely, unless you're at one of the top providers, you're not going to make money. And I have to show you this because we've been following this Megan and Regan thing. We go into Regan VIP, and this morning I got the list of people who are, so this is the list. I don't know if I can enlarge it enough for you guys. Probably not really. No, unfortunately not. But this is the top 50 earners list. So somebody here, Graham Frame, which is a notorious scammer. He's been fined and he's been, SEC'd and all sorts of things. He's recruited 560 people. He is just, like this guy, marketers, this guy here, you may have seen him on the internet in the past, but we've got a file on him now, and we've got, websites about him. So this is his own website promoting his own Ponzi schemes. And this is a disgusting individual here trying to entice you.
Welcome to our cloud nation.
Does he look like a savvy businessman that's going to lead you to your financial future? And you think about it, here he is, and then he's in the top of these people's leadership board. He's brought in 560 people. So that's $5,600 he's going to get in referral fees just for bringing people in if they all sign up. And they've all signed up hoping that they're going to get $442,860,000 a month. And there's only room at the top of the pyramid for one person. And Megan Lynch thinks she's that person. But these people are notorious. Some of these names that we have in here have been promoting hyperverse. There's Tammy Jackson, who's currently promoted 79 people. So she's good for $800 worth of referral fees. Now, when these people are stupid enough to sign up and pay the $25, Megan's actually going to make over $300,000. She's already theoretically made over $300,000 if her stats are correct, but she's going to be making just short of $800,000 from the people that, if they all pay the $25, that is. But in the meantime, she's meant to be sharing the loot with these people who are promoting it. Never happened, I don't reckon. I don't believe any one of those people who are the leaders have received any money from her yet because of payment gateways are shut down. So what I'm getting at here, don't listen to the claims. They make up bullshit. That's what these guys do. This guy's not in prison for no reason. He's in prison, if he is going to stay in prison, which I don't even believe, it's because they are bottom feeders. And they will lie. They will cheat. All these people who are in these Zoom meetings are lying to you. I just can't express that enough. It's tiring.
Luxury assets seized. Several of Jesam's exotic cars were impounded by the Special Investigation Unit SU, proving he misused investor funds for personal enrichment.
Yeah, that's often how they get these people, is misappropriating investor funds. They've been going after Richard Hart, haven't they? They've proclaimed that his $4 million diamond was bought with investors' money. Oh, it's a sad world.
Jesam's false harassment claims. The NPF dismissed Jesam's allegations of police harassment, stating that the real victims were investors who lost everything in us.
Yeah, losing everything in an investment
The real
scam.
victims, lives destroyed by us fraud.
So this is the funny thing, when people say they've lost everything, the first thing that the promoters would say, that lady, this lady here, Legacy Crypto Queen, would say, we tell you only to invest in what you can afford to lose. I mean, that's the dumbest statement ever. People don't. They borrow money on their credit card thinking that they're actually going to get return on their investment. Jesam Michael played the victim and tried to escalate justice. Was that evade justice? The real victims of AAS have been left in financial ruin. Listen to those words, financial ruin. People have come after them. What victims are facing? Bankruptcy. Many victims borrowed money or liquidated assets to invest in AAS. Marriage destroyed. Financial strain had led to failed marriages and family breakdown. These Ponzi schemes and scams actually destroy families. That's what they do. You know, they tell you to recruit your family members, your work colleagues, your friends, and then when they lose all the money, those friendships destroyed. They don't like you because money is often hard to get, and you've told people that you're a financial advisor to invest in an opportunity that you believe is genuine, so you'll get the commission check, and then they lose all the money, and it destroys relationships. That's all these Ponzi schemes do. Investors arrested by banks. How about that? So they've borrowed money from the banks, haven't been able to make the payments, and these investors have been arrested. Some investors are now in legal trouble because they cannot repay loans they took out to invest in AAS. Psychological trauma. The financial losses have left many victims in emotional distress, depression, and hopelessness. Now I'm dyslexic. Now, when I was in the New York Times, one of the Ponzi schemes that had been investigated by a whistleblower company reached out to me and said that they wanted to share a case with me, and they said they had tracked 11 people who had died by suicide after losing their fortunes. Just imagine, because I got rung up by a news reporter once. I'm a ex-Jehovah's Witness, and I've had 2 people in my family die by suicide. And just if you ever talking to anyone that's lost any loved one to suicide, something that helps my ears when people say, instead of committing suicide, it's nicer if you say died by suicide, because you can die by cancer, you can die by a car accident, and dying by suicide is actually just another way to die. And it's a nicer way of saying it. So if you always make an effort of saying that, it really is soothing, more soothing to people. But what I'm getting at is when this reporter phoned me up, she said, how many people, have you got a database of people that have died because of the unrealistic expectations that the Jehovah's Witness organization puts on people? I said, no, I don't have a list of those people, but I personally have had probably about 6, maybe 10 people that I was brought up with have actually died by suicide. And I said, the problem is that dead people don't speak and they can't tell their story. It's part of my why, because my sister and my stepfather, Robert De Heck, was my stepfather, and he died by suicide at the age of 36 on the 3rd of December when I was 9 years of age. My sister was 11 years of age. My sister died by suicide at the same age, 36 years of age, on the same day that my stepfather took his life. So, when she grew up, she was waiting for that day and she did it. So this is what I'm getting at. These are not just investment scams. This guy's a murderer. Jesam Michael was a murderer. He's taken money from people who couldn't afford it, ruined people's life, and I'm sure people have died by suicide because of the investment advice he gave them, the hope that he gave people. So what happened next with Jesam Michaels? Now in police custody. The Nigerian police force and EFCC are expected to trace the missing investor funds to see if any recovery is possible. Now just read that line there, because that's going to give people hope. And I don't want to give anyone hope listening to this. I don't believe that the funds are attainable. I believe Jesam Michael will probably have those all in crypto wallet addresses, and he will probably think I will either spend the rest of my life in a Nigerian prison, or his family have access to those, or his work colleagues, who knows. But in the meantime, the chances of getting your money back from crypto is 9.9.9.9% not possible, in my opinion. But we all have hope. That's how religions thrive, isn't it? They tell you you're going to live in a paradise earth. That's how these Ponzi schemes thrive. They tell you you're going to get that passive income that you've been pelted to all these years from Instagram, Instagram and Facebook, and all those lovely people who live these amazing lives that we all want are all living on that passive income. It's all bullshit. Don't listen to that rubbish. Okay. changed Jesam's and his charged. So what have the police done? They've charged Jesam and his associates. Well, let's hope that Legacy Queen is one of those associates with financial fraud, money laundering, and conspiracy to commit wrong stuff. Identifying, I better read these because I'm going to stuff up these. I'm going to just do that much more.
Identify additional accomplices who helped us operate.
So they operate its Ponzi scheme. So there you go. If they're out there looking for associates, which is a bit sick really, isn't it? Because this is a year and a half or a year old now, and he's been pouting around on social media. The police have been turning a blind eye to it by the look of it. And then all of a sudden, the police have decided to act. And now we find that there's corruption in the police force in Nigeria. Surprise, surprise. But anyway, now they're going to start the investigation. Wonder if they'll come to me. MK, you're awesome. Victims will only get a few dollars after the sale of the tangible assets. That's right. And, you know, those cars, you know, they might get $300,000 if they're lucky. I don't think they'll get that much. And then they'll split that up between how many millions of people invested in this over 127 countries. And what countries are going to get the money first and how long is it going to take? Yeah, because this token is worth nothing, isn't it? So the authorities, what's happened? The police in Nigeria expect to take further action to prevent similar scams from emerging in the crypto space. Well, let's think of Ride BNB. Is that Nigeria? These countries, these scams are promoted from the US, England, Australia, and they're promoted to these third world countries because that's the low-hanging fruit. And some of these Ponzi schemes and scams that we go after actually only really go after a few dollars, don't they? Like you've got, you know, we'll go back to Megan and Regan. I don't know why these two twins have got so sick names, but you've got Regan and Megan Lynch. And they literally are going after $25 for people. And they're promising they're going to be releasing packages that people can also purchase. And then if you sell these packages to a friend, she's already told you you're going to get $40 of that money. But are they just going after the $25? You get your calculator out, add up 40,000 people which they claim to have, times it by $25, I think you're up to $1 million, aren't you? Hold on, let's think about that. 2 times 2, yeah, or near enough, 900,000. All right, so what is happening? The NPF has encouraged more victims to come forward and assist the investigation. I don't actually know who the Nigerian police force, have they? Well, that would be interesting. They'll be doing it to save their bacon. A landmark moment in crypto scam exposure. I don't know why I'm saying that right. Tired. Jesam Michael's arrest is a massive win for investor protection. I have to read this. Sorry, I was trying to read it, trying to be normal.
Jesam Michael's arrest is a massive win for investor protection.
It's a massive win for investor protection. Really? Is it really? I'll tell you something about dyslexia. Now, I read that, and I have to listen to it to understand it. I can't read that and understand. I'm just reading words. But it's a massive win. Is it really? What do you think? In the chat room, in the comment section, if you're watching the rerun, do you think it's a massive win that they've arrested one man? Do you know the other man that they arrested? Bitcoin Rodney. Not Nigeria, but he was also doing the same thing. He was going to flee from America and go to Dubai. I got questioned by the men in black in America after he was arrested because they didn't have any evidence of him actually committing the crime of promoting hyperverse and doing money laundering and all this sort of carry on. But they finished up doing it for drugs because that would be a longer penalty. And he'd also been in prison previously for 5 years as well, so that helped. So, you know, is it really a massive win? Don't know. What do you think? 2 people, my last 3 years, on the 4th of, I think it's the 2nd or the 4th of March, Brenda Chung is going to be sentenced. Now, she's admitted guilt in her connection to a $1.9 billion scam. She was meant to bring in $640 million for Hyperverse through her downline. She's got married twice, I think once in Jamaica and once in, I think she's in Maryland. And she's had a ball of a time, but she's due for sentencing. What do you think is going to happen to her? The maximum penalty for financial crime in America, I think, It's 5 years. I could be wrong. But I'd love to see if she gets incarcerated. But in the meantime, she's having a ball of a time. So is it a massive win that 2 people in my crypto Ponzi scheme Avenger scam busting have been arrested? Oh, Sam Lee, well, he got detained and then he let himself out by the sounds of it. I don't know. What do you guys think?
As someone who has been exposing us and its fraudulent operations for years, this case is a powerful reminder of the dangers of Ponzi schemes disguised as crypto trading platforms.
Susie's asking, what's happened to the chat? Everything is gone. Is it? I don't know. I'll just go test. Alrighty. So someone who's been exposing fraudulent operation for years. Yeah, I put test in there. It seems to work. But yeah, I don't know. As so this is. Is it a powerful reminder? I don't believe it is. These guys don't stop. Megan and like I'll give you an idea. We're just going to flip back here. This is one Ponzi scheme that's been alive for a month, right? I go to these Ponzi schemes and scams, right? I've got 114 in here off memory. Trades Technology, $11 million. Was Boomerang, Liquid Pay, 350 million go by our books. Hyperverse, which is all led together, that one there is meant to be 1.9. I believe it's actually $4 billion. Even silly ones like Local City Places. We've got, billionaire clubs. We've got We Global, Get Fit, MoveQuest. It's just, these are just scams. There's just so many of them, it just goes on and on. Blue Water Society, off the top of my head, 180 million. There's Robex. There's a scam after transit card. That's how we got to know old Bob. You Trading Bot, Smart Labs, Kendao. I mean, it's just Bid Harvest. I mean, these are all just scams. I mean, I busted this scam the other day, just did a bit of investigation. Watch this. This is how some of them operate. So I get a message on Telegram, oh, you ugly monster, Telegram telling me that this company, Red Bulls, is a sure thing, must invest. So I did an investigation on this website. And while I'm there, I thought I'd have a scout around and see who else has used the images. What do you think? I found this website, exactly the same website, same words exactly, and different pictures. This is the third website. So you go to the bottom and you find this guy at the bottom. So you go to the bottom and you find this guy at the bottom. Is he going to be there this time? There he is. Same words. So here's a scam that had a pitch deck that people were promoting in a Ponzi scheme in a chat room. It's got the same website, same guy, same words, 3 different brands. I mean, is that a hard one to bust? And then somebody tells me, well, you don't know what you're talking about, Danny. You call everything a scam. Well, I don't know about you guys, but I don't need 3 brands. And why do they keep re-rinsing and printing and changing the brands? And then the other thing, if you go to their email, it bounces back. It's not even set up. But here, if you watch the pitch deck on this particular scam, it's not impressive if you've seen it. But I think here, it's just another pitch deck that you'd get pitched in a Zoom meeting coming to you. So this is a 22 pitch deck slide all about green bulls. Disclaimer telling you not to invest more than you can lose. Why choose green bulls? How it works? How does it work? And then straight they go into how much you're going to earn, and then they tell you, and this is just another day in the office for the crypto Ponzi scheme Avenger. But you come down here enough, then they start telling you how much you're going to earn if you start referring, how much you're going to get each day. And then they tell you about the 10 different levels that they've got, and it goes, blah. But, it just, where does it stop? So is it a powerful reminder to all these people who promote these scams that they're just leading sheep to the slaughter, aren't they?
Jesam thought he could silence critics and escape accountability, but justice is catching up with him.
Yeah. So, we had some fun. So there's that's it. That's that. that is my blog, and that's basically the end of my video just about. But just some of the fun that we've had busting this guy. And we basically left him to it, to be honest. Look at me. I was young there. Let's see if we've got some evidence of this guy. I think we were ringing him at the time. If he's going to answer us. Here we go. We'll bring him up. Right. Hopefully he answers. See if he does answer. I can't remember if he does or not. Oh, look, I'm drinking beer on the job. Disgusting, Danny. Kids are watching that. See, I'm ringing him, hoping he's going to pick up his phone. I think he did pick up his phone. He's an Apple user. He has his own Apple store in Nigeria. Wonder why he wouldn't answer. Do you think he's got nothing to say or he's sleeping? Maybe I should ring his wife. That might be a good idea. Anyway, so let's keep sending. Yeah.
Delay, relax. You want it now, relax. Take chill pills and relax. We are working to deliver. Listen up, guys.
I don't think he's
launched the chill pills.
Oh, Richard in there. But we were listening to his recordings, and they were once again like he was praying. He's very religious, and he was doing it in the name of God. Very persuasive, telling people they need to have faith, they need to have the big vision, and there truly is another thing. Susie, I'll never get off here if I start looking at these scams. But let's see. There's another one that's just popped up. Another scam. Welcome to the something international. Is this the same company again, is it, that I just showed before? Look how bad this website is and how badly it loads. You know, I went after a lady and she rang me up and she said she lost $500,000, and she showed me the website and their logo was on a site similar to this. And I said, how would you ever trust a website that looks like this? Even my website, I'm not the best website developer, but even my website looks better than these crappy shit things. And these are just all templated designs. Some of them are loaded on the internet hundreds of times. You know, and if you do your due diligence, I mean, it is crack-upable. Our clients, our partners, you know, all these claims, these companies don't even exist. Disclaimer, contact us, about us. If we go back into about us. So what's this one? This one is unusual. Why is this one unusual, Susie? You know, if you ever want to find out stuff, you can literally just go to something like this, normally right click on the picture and do search Google with Google Lens. And it'll go away and you might be surprised to find the exact same photos. That was probably more generic, but normally you can find the exact same photos on other websites. And it just blows me away. That's that simple. So cannabis business. Oh God, this is the same. Not this rings a bell. So we're looking at one website called About Us, and you, when you're like me, you can see this is the same photo. But sometimes you'll find that the layout of the website is just too identical. That's laid out different, but obviously they've got the same images, but who knows? But you can just about guarantee that anyone that's using royalty-free images to entice you to invest in a Ponzi scheme or a scam, insurance credits. Insurance, I don't know, but I don't even know anything about this one. But we've done a bit of a review. You know, we've got lots of videos. I think the funniest one that we had was this video here. Now, hopefully I don't get my channel removed again. But this video of Jesam Michael's. So what we were doing in this video, and this is actually quite amazing, but we were providing a place where people that have been scammed by Jesam Michael's could come and talk to me and tell me their story. Now, these guys here haven't got their cameras on. They're all the guys across the top because they were worried that Jesam Michael would attack them or do something like that. So we went in there and was having a chat. I think even at the start, I think I had to delete the video because they basically stormed our video. We had like 30 or 40 people in here. And then they, I want to have a listen.
All that the only way we can go out and attract more people to do is more top people in the country who are willing to help as well, either the lawyers, is just for us to put all our views online, make it trend, because these days things happen.
Yeah, I was trying to help the Nigerians out, but we had some amazing people. We had Richard in there as well. But this video, we've had 12,000 people look at that. 18,000 comments, more comments than I've ever had. But what they did is he got bots to attack my videos. And if you ever want to read comments for the rest of your life, I used to keep up with all my comments on my YouTube channel until I got this video. And then they're all abuse, they're all saying that he's an awesome person, and it just gets ridiculous. All right, Susie, what are you saying there? You've got is actually a copy of another gambling insurance company. Gambling? All right. So when I went to the what do we call the Global Financial Crime Summit 2024 in Sydney, they said that the online gaming industry is all ran by the cartel networks, and they were talking about 130 casinos in Cambodia, and it is actually quite hard if people don't realize this, but they're actually the human So what am I trying to say? It's quite tired here. This is human trafficking center, I think, in Thailand, and this is just one of many. I'm going to bring up another one. I just brought up the same one. That wasn't very clever, Danny. Let's try that one. There's a pattern here, Danny. We're starting to do the same thing twice. One more. This is in Thailand, and this is in the jungle, and there's all these places where people are living and working under duress. And then you've got this one here. This whole complex, this is actually the one in Myanmar, didn't exist 2 years ago, and it's basically a scam factory. And it's breathtaking, and a lot of these scams have been created by these guys. So it's just disgusting. And I think I actually did a wee video and I showed people, if you go to my YouTube channel, I'll give you a little tour. If you go to videos, these are videos that I actually upload on my YouTube channel, but I did this one called Scam Factory 2 weeks ago.
Hello, I hope you're doing well. Although we haven't met, I recognize.
Now, what I did is I got a message from a lady, as you do. And she goes, hello, I hope you're doing well. We haven't met before, but I'm wondering if you want to be interested in having a chat to me. And next thing, she's promoting an investment opportunity to me. And she's probably working out of one of these scam factories. So I took the photo and I read the whole scam out. And I'm sort of saying to people, don't be rude to these people, because these people have had their passports removed from them, picked up in a van from the airport, and then driven to the country and told to work, and if not, beaten for working. So all this whole scam network, and we learnt this when I went over to Australia, is just basically you're feeding these cartel factory networks that are scam factories. Is actually breathtaking. It really is. And it's actually quite sad that there's people right now who have been forced to work 16-hour days, 7 days a week, and they get rewarded if they make money in the whole 9 yards. But if you're on my YouTube channel, you can see that I've gone to town. I've actually got 1,900 videos on my YouTube channel. This video here, day 01, I covered this 3 weeks ago. And this is the scam that's just been flagged as a Ponzi scheme or a scam with the FMA here in New Zealand. So we do get this, but it took 3 weeks for them to publish one warning that really makes no difference. And then they don't even have the balls to actually say it's a scam. They just say the FMA has been made aware. We'll read it.
The FMA has been made aware of online webinars promoting the launch of Day01 and its associated products. Day01 is not registered on the Financial Service Providers Register to provide financial services or products in New Zealand. Day01 claims that investors will receive passive returns which are generated through automatic trading, mining bots and recruitment of additional investors. The FMA wishes to advise investors that trading in any form of cryptocurrency investment carries significant financial risks and to be cautious of anyone claiming that a particular product or technique can give you access to better returns or easy money. Day01's marketing material also displays unsubstantiated and unrealistically high returns for its investment products, which are unlikely to be achievable by most investors. We recommend caution when dealing with Day01 or anyone promoting its products or services. Unless you have extensive experience in investing, we recommend you seek advice from a licensed financial advisor before making significant investment decisions. See other unregistered business warnings.
So I think that warning is absolutely friggin' crap. I think if we've got government officials who spend at least 4 weeks writing a 1-page notice stating that they finally agree that something requires caution, it's just ridiculous. I mean, to me, that is just absolutely ridiculous. But it does give us clout. It helps people, the vigilantes. It helps the Avengers. I'm just archiving that because what it does is FMA. Do I not have FMA in here? FMA. Oh, I do have FMA. It helps the Avengers when we're going into these Zoom meetings and we show people that they have financial. So to give you an idea, I'm just going to go crazy here. Oops, I just opened one too many. But that's one warning. Here's a warning about the gold company. Oh my goodness, you're awesome, mate. We're going to interrupt this. We're going to get our mate in here. You are awesome. You're so brave. Thank you so much for being in here. I'm just doing a rant about the governments and how hopeless they are at actually doing stuff. Here you go, mate. Do you want to go on stage? You haven't got a mic, have you? See if we can give you a mic. We can hear you. I won't put your face on there to protect you. Oh, he was on here. Now the person, I won't put him on here unless he wants to. We can hear his voice, but he was in here a second ago. He's probably in Nigeria, so he might not have the best connection. But the article that I wrote, listened to at the start of this conversation, the person that helped us put that all together, this article here has just popped up on the stage, which is really, really nice. And I'm just gonna I'm just gonna read this again because this tells me the impact that this has had on a lot of Nigerian people, and we're just going to listen to it.
Thank you once again for your prompt and encouraging response. Your support means a great deal to the many victims who feel voiceless in the face of alleged scams like those orchestrated by Jesam Michael of Afriq Arbitrage System. In our ongoing efforts to highlight the gravity of this situation, I am attaching both photos and videos showing exotic cars belonging to Jesam, now held at the Special Investigation Unit's U headquarters in Abuja. Their impoundment is a significant turning point, clear evidence of the CU's resolve to peel back the layers of Jesam's operations. Despite these developments, Jesam continues to evade arrest and has refused to submit himself to the police for questioning. The brazenness of this refusal is underscored by a recent televised interview aired on African Independent Television, 8, also attached here. In the footage, a man describes how Jesam has leveraged the Office of the Inspector General of Police, through the former SU commander, DCP Asukwo Afiang, a hometown associate of Jesam's, to dodge accountability. Although DCP Afiang is now the principal staff officer to the Inspector General of Police, he and some other officers apparently persists in shielding Jesam from full scrutiny. Such collusion leaves countless investors in dire straits, and many of them are desperate for justice. They look to the current SU commander, CSP Taiwo Oyuel, who has shown rare courage in pushing forward with this investigation, only to face baseless blackmail from Jesam himself. If you wish to follow up directly with Nigeria Police, The Inspector General of Police in Nigeria can be reached at +234 number 8922. As a renowned YouTuber and the crypto Ponzi scheme avenger. Reaching out or requesting more information from the Inspector General of Police might further compel the authorities to act decisively and reassure investors that this matter will not be swept aside. Thank you again for your continued interest in exposing fraudulent actors. Your willingness to explore the evidence and highlight these stories gives victims worldwide a real chance at being heard. If you have any additional questions or need further material for a future expose, please don't hesitate to let me know. Your platform has already amplified so many marginalized voices, and it is my hope that, together, we can see this investigation through to its rightful conclusion.
So I just want to thank the person that provided this information, because I realized that you would have put yourself in danger even talking about Jesam, because it was another, which I might be able to find, another statement that actually was quite, I had one of my Avengers write to me telling me that that's why they don't like going after these scammers, because of the connections they have. So I think we'll read this other one. This is actually a breaking news article posted on the 29th of January, which is 2 days ago. Let's see if we can get that read. You won't be able to see it, but you'll just have to listen.
Breaking news. AAS CEO Jesam Michael arrested at Lagos Airport, halting alleged Ponzi empire. January 29, 2025. Lagos, Nigeria. In a dramatic development, CSP Taiwo Oyuel, the resolute commander of the Special Investigation Unit SU, has apprehended Mr. Jesam Michael, the embattled CEO of Afriq Arbitrage Systems Limited AAS. Sources confirm he was arrested at Murtala Mohammed International Airport on his way to board a flight to Europe, following a high-level alert issued to immigration authorities as early as January 23, 2025. CSP Oyuel's ongoing investigation into Afriq Arbitrage System Limited began shortly after she assumed command of the SU. Despite facing systemic resistance and underhanded tactics designed to derail her investigations, the young female commander pressed on. She led a series of covert sting operations that exposed AAS's elaborate network of crypto wallets, far from engaging in real high-frequency trading. Investor deposits were swiftly funneled through multiple addresses and eventually mixed into Binance Hot Wallet, making them difficult to trace. Investigations further revealed that AAS operated without a license from the Securities and Exchange Commission (SEC), while a related entity in Colorado, Afriq Arbitrage LLC, had been dissolved since July 5, 2023. CSP Oyuel's probe also uncovered disturbing allegations of a killer squad tied to Jesam Michael, allegedly tasked with silencing or intimidating those who questioned AAS's legitimacy. Among those threats...
Now just listen to that again. CSP operates uncovering disturbing allegations of a killer squad. So these are people that have been employed by Jesam Michael. So if you're out there and you're thinking, well, you know, he's going to lead us to a passive income dream, this guy is a murderer. You know, you know, look at the money he's holding in his hand right now, and all the money and people have been messaging me saying that's my money, and that's awful, isn't it? But just listen to this paragraph again.
CSP Oyuel's probe also uncovered disturbing allegations of a killer squad tied to Jesam Michael, allegedly tasked with silencing or intimidating those who questioned AAS's legitimacy. Among those threatened was Ms. Josephine Andrew, who was directly accused by Jesam Michael of leaking damaging details about Jesam's claimed but unverified liver transplant and fabricated trading platform. Jesam repeatedly ignored police invitations to clarify discrepancies, resorting instead to cheap blackmail and unfounded accusations against the SU commander herself.
So anyone that spoke up to him were having their life threatened. Isn't that amazing?
In the midst of these revelations, ranging from Jesam Michael alleged fake liver transplant to investor testimonies about lost life savings, CSP Oyuel urged victims, local and international, to come forward with evidence, promising fair handling of their complaints.
Yeah, this one amazes me. Look at this. I don't know if I can zoom up on that because it's a video. Let's see if I can. No, it doesn't look like I can. But here he is looking like he's wearing 100. Oh, you can't see that. Sorry, guys. It didn't quite change. Oh, there it is. So here he is with his handcuffs on. It looks like he's got a $100,000 watch on. Wouldn't you want to not scratch the watch? But yeah, so it's just amazing. So yeah, killer squads and fake leather transport.
Yesterday's
Transplants.
arrest at Murtala Mohammed International Airport signals a crucial breakthrough in the CIU's work. Though details on pending charges have not yet been publicly disclosed, the apprehension of Jesam Michael blocks his immediate escape from Nigeria and opens the door for a broader investigation into AAS's alleged Ponzi structure.
Oh, so it's loud. Hey, look, make sure you do subscribe to my YouTube channel. This is not the only guy that we've been chasing, and I do feel guilty that I haven't really done a lot. But hey, look, this is where he's going, guys. Isn't that good? I don't want to be in jail with him. Get me out of here. Isn't that neat? My mate Rob's bringing me. Hello, Rob. Oh, he's gone. Why is Rob bringing me? Is he trying to get me back? I've only got 6% battery life on it. I'm in prison, Rob. I'm in prison. Help me out. Let me get out of here. Rob, why don't you use the link? Is it not working? Go to theheck.com, contact us page, hold your mouse over there, and you can click on there. I'm in prison at the moment with Jesam Michael. I'm not very happy about it, but that's where I am. Oh, look, I've got to clean up my act. Sadie, where's Sadie gone? Where is she? There she is. She can clean the windows. She's always good at doing that. Right, let's carry on reading. Let's get yesterday. So this was yesterday's arrest. So this was theoretically posted on the so he got arrested on the 28th of January. He'll be having a nice sleep tonight.
Yesterday's arrest at Murtala Mohammed International Airport signals a crucial breakthrough in the CIU's work. Though details on pending charges have not yet been publicly disclosed, the apprehension of Jesam Michael blocks his immediate escape from Nigeria and opens the door for a broader investigation into AAS's alleged Ponzi structure.
Oh, isn't that cool?
Observers say CSPOUAL's commitment to justice has proven unyielding. This case now stands as a litmus test for the Nigeria police force's resolve to safeguard citizens' rights.
Yeah.
As the SIU proceeds to question Jesam Michael, new details about AAS's operations and potential accomplices are likely to emerge. The public, and especially defrauded investors, eagerly await answers about the fate of their funds. We will continue to provide real-time updates as more information comes to light.
Oh, I hope that you guys get your money back. I do, and it's just disgusting that these people. What did I do then? How can I make this so complicated, Danny? All right, I'll try this again. I've got something else for you here, guys. Got a question for you. Why can't I click on that? Why is my screen not working? Locked, unlocked. Oh, because I've got window on top of it. Hold up. Try that again. Ah, that's better. As I was saying before, I received a message or a phone call. It's bedtime, Danny. Rob, come up here and talk to me. Why don't you come on stage? GS Partners, scam. Boomerang, scam. Artorius, whatever, gold, digital gold, scam. Sully, this lady got fined $6 million here in New Zealand. We've been monitoring her. Nothing happened, just reported. Suspected Ponzi scheme and scam, block error. We tried everything to get that. I got chased out of a building by a guy that was going to a presentation. We managed to got the guy was so scared that he didn't come to New Zealand. Literally held the plane up while he got his bags out of the luggage area of the plane. It's just ridiculous. And we get this one pager in the FMA, and that's all they do. There's no justice here, guys. And look, we are all Satoshi. $350 million worth of scam started by Sam Lee, connected to Hyperverse, a $1.9 billion scam. And the FMA publishes a page about it. What do? Well, I have a whole friggin' YouTube channel with 1,900 videos where I stick my neck out on the line going after these bastards. If you go to the live sections, you'll see the live video we're doing right now. These are other videos. You know, this time last week, I lost my YouTube channel for 4 days. Didn't know why. Had a wee sneaky suspicion. I'm continuously fighting against people, literally fighting every day against people who are trying to shut me down because I'm exposing these scammers. And it's the platforms. They're telling me, you know, that somebody complained. So I have to write these long, lengthy emails to all these organizations. It's absolutely ridiculous. And, here I am. This is somebody's ripped off my website, ripped off my brand, and I can't even get this website off the internet. I don't really care, to be honest. But, like I showed somebody something the other day. So if you don't know who I am, and you might be new, because we've got quite a few people in the chat room at the moment. I don't want to lose you guys because I love every single one of my subscribers. But let's go. This is my actual website, and it's called theheck.com. And if you come down here and you want to know whether I'm live, I'm streaming right now on 7 different platforms. This is a video about how I lost my YouTube channel and what it actually meant to me. Down here, we've got blogs. And right now, there's a blog that I've just been reading to you, Breaking Jesam Michael Arrest. That's the one we just reviewed. Now, I normally do a video about each of my blogs. But if we go into YouTube termination, in here was a whole video, a blog. Now, notice this grey thing? This is actually me on iTunes. So my podcast host has decided, because somebody complained, to delete my podcast just to be safe. So I've now got my podcast with iTunes directly. And they won't take bullshit from scammers. They're harder to deal with. But in here, I talk about how I lost my YouTube channel. It was scammer exposing himself while I was going live. I didn't think it was that bad. Couldn't see much except to hear ass. January, I was rebroadcasting somebody else's meeting. Somebody else went in there that I don't know, called Tugman, and posted explicit content while I was broadcasting live. I thought that was why I got removed. It was actually a thumbnail that I was uploading to a video I was reposting after blurring out all the images that got picked up by YouTube's AI, and they ripped my channel off because I already had a nudity strike with this guy doing a down trout. Anyway, so I correspond with YouTube. I tell them that my subscriber count is off. People are trying to sabotage my YouTube channel. I used to have 8,500 subscribers. Within a few days, it went up to 25,000 subscribers. So I complained to YouTube about these people subscribing to my YouTube channel that I don't believe are real. The next day, it went down to 9,500. Now it's back up to 33,000. But YouTube tell me they have vigorous testing, and they can tell whether all the subscribers are real or not. But at the moment, I don't believe they are. But YouTube are telling me that they are real. So who do you want to believe? Here's all the correspondence I spend all day long doing. And here I was crossing my fingers, hoping to get my YouTube channel back. In the meantime, everyone's pouting their chest saying, I'm responsible for getting Danny the Heck's YouTube channel removed. Well, I'm back. So what happened? It wasn't any doing of you. It was doing of me. I uploaded the thumbnail that YouTube's AI couldn't see whether it was nudity or not. It's a scream. Right, so I showed you my website. There's denial server attacks. This website you're looking at here is theheck.com. Scammers have shut this down. My ISP is phoning me tomorrow because he said that we've got an unbelievable amount of what they call 503 errors when you go to people's website because of the demand that they're throwing at my website right at the moment. I pay $100 US a month for amazing software to deflect fraudulent attacks. That's an expense that I have to pay every month. And that is about 160 New Zealand dollars. So it cost me quite a lot to keep my website going. But they couldn't get me down. But Liquid Pay was another one. So denial server attacks is another thing you get. Podcast takedown. The correspondence I've had with my podcast host, you wouldn't believe, even writing to her once again today. But they still remove my podcast because somebody complains rather than standing up for what is right. So if you want to use Buzzsprout as your website podcast host, I wouldn't recommend it because they just fall in line with anyone that complains. So I've taken matters into my own hand. This is my podcast. And if I promote a podcast, it automatically gets shared on 20 different platforms. This live that I'm doing at the moment gets shared on, I didn't see all the messages. Sorry, guys. I didn't scroll. So sad. It's bedtime, Danny. Come to bed, honey. Rob, sometimes you awake it. I'm reading all your messages. Sorry I missed them in the chat room. Danny, Susie, talk dude. Look, Rob, you really shouldn't be in here. Anyway, so you're continuously fighting with every platform to get them to stand beside you to, keep my content live. Now I have a massive footprint. My website has over 1,000 blogs on the internet. Okay, so then what have we got? Legal battles. As I mentioned earlier on, I won't bore you with that. Somebody was trying to sue me in the New Zealand High Court for $3.8 million. It cost me $33,600 to defend myself. And the High Court judge said, ooh, I think you spent too much time defending yourself. We're only going to award you $27,500. Ordered the guy to pay it. He never paid it. They tried to accuse me of all sorts of things in that court case. They said I was a terrorist threat to my own country. They said I was connected to people who were doing terrible things. We had a mosque shooting here in New Zealand, Christchurch, where I live. 51 people got shot in a mosque, the biggest killing ever. And they were trying to allege that I was connected to it so that I'd lose my legal aid. They were claiming I weren't paying my taxes. They were claiming all sorts of things. People were throwing things at me that you wouldn't believe. I've lost my Facebook account. Don't really care, actually, to be honest. All the havoc and all the romance scams. I'm getting sick of all these beautiful women wanting my attention. So they removed my Facebook account because AI said somebody complained. And they said I'm running a fraud. Zoom, well, they have blocked me because I showed somebody's payslip. Can't use Zoom, can't start up a Zoom account because everything I do in Zoom is blocked. So that's why I use web browsers, and I can storm into a Zoom meeting 7 times on 7 different web browsers and cause major havoc, literally. So it's really cool. Coordinated campaigns to discredit my work. Now, look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 websites and scam sites set up to discredit me. And I'll go back to them while they're opening. And then I've got this one, which was the funniest one when my website went down. Craig Watton and Rory Archer, people who claim they can help you recover your money. Rory Archer says he's got 20,000 people that want to pay him $15 each. That's actually, I think it's $300,000, so that he can do a class action lawsuit to get money back from Sam Lee, who doesn't have any money. He's giving people false hope. Craig Watton is working with another guy called Ben, which I believe is the same person, not 100% sure on that, who used to promote a Ponzi scheme called Lioness. And Lioness had 40,000 Australians underneath him. He used to be the head top dog of that. And now he's claiming that this company is a fraud. But if you want to get one lady, I've got the receipts. She paid $80,000 into the scam. So Craig Watton facilitated her paying another $7,300 so she could go into a class action lawsuit. Now, Craig Watton, I met when I was in Australia, tells me that they've got the biggest class action lawsuit going on in the world, and it's for £34 million. So I worked out the maths, and I thought, you guys have got $3 million worth of people who's lost money, hopefully trying to get their money back. $3 million. What have you been doing with it? They hadn't done anything. They had some victory 5 years ago. In the last 5 years, no legal cases have been filed. They're doing nothing. And now they're running low on funds. And then he suggested that I push people his way and he'd give me a blanket fee every time I introduce somebody to them so they could take 9% off people who've lost their money. It's criminal. So I did 2 podcasts about that, and I've done lots of blogs about that. And if you go to those 2, I'm going to open those up as well. You'll see I've done something victorious. So this is what people do to stop the crypto Ponzi scheme avenger. This YouTube channel here has got videos that are posted just a month ago, and there's currently 13 videos that have all been posted all about me, defaming me as the crypto Ponzi scheme avenger, making claims like I was part of OneCoin. How about that? So that's just one YouTube channel set up to. And then we've got this guy. If you look up the meaning of this name, it's some guy that was animal cruelty guy. So here's another website set up to defame me using pictures that I own, pictures that were taken by the New York Times. They flew a photographer in from Nelson, which is a long way away from here, to take my photos, and they're using images. So that's another YouTube account. And then you've got this one here set up by May Samavu. She's claiming that she should be allowed to promote her Ponzi scheme and scams. All these videos are here pleading with YouTube, telling them to take DeHeck's YouTube channel down. So wait, there's more. And then we've got this site here called SlideShare, which we've emailed today. Thank you very much, Susie. And we're telling them to remove, would you believe, I think 11 different PowerPoint presentations, could even be more, defaming me. These are like downloadable PowerPoint presentations where you could play it at a conference if you really wanted to. One follower, but to get this information removed, we have started writing to these companies and saying, get this information off. And we're using it for test cases so we know how to remove content off the internet. But it's hard work. And this website, dannydeheck.org, my photo taken by my partner, so are these photos. She's a professional photographer. And they have blogs and they have defamatory statements. Now, if I can't get these images off the internet, if I can't get this website off the internet, which is by GoDaddy, how the hell is anyone going to get these videos off if they don't like me talking about them? So there's the other side of it. So it is sort of a bit hopeless. So here's another website. This is connected to Derby D, whatever his name is. And in here, you can see that this is, an extensive list of blogs that these people have published to discredit me. And when I was in that court case for $3.8 million, the guy actually said that he hired 300,000 journalists to write about me. And he managed to get 100 articles, sponsored articles, actually on the internet to discredit me. I mean, this is extensive campaign. So here's a person here, using the New York Times photography. Now, there's another website here, which I haven't even got on my list of things. I've just forgot about that one. But, how many articles and how many defamatory statements do people need to publish? And this is recent. So it just goes on and on and on. So here's a WordPress website set up, which I'm going to actually put that in the chat room just because Susie might want to grab that one and add it to our list of removals. But, this is hosted by WordPress.com. So I can probably I'm going to actually put that one somewhere. So I'm going to go to here, my database, and this is what I do. It is 1 o'clock in the morning here. And if I go to reporting, so now I want to get my reporting database, and this is literally how we fight. So we are in fights. Now, Jesam Michael, so I go WordPress, and I have that there, and here, and I go WordPress, and the first thing I do is I put their website address in here, and hold up, problems, Houston, and WordPress. And now we have, that's all we need. I won't go do the whole lot, but in the meantime, I will put a link over here and I'll have that as my wee pet case. And now what we'll do is we will write to WordPress and tell them to remove this website. And we will probably do 25 bits of correspondence to get this article removed. And that's what we have to do. But in the meantime, I've got a whole folder here and I'm dedicated to do this. And I have a fantastic team of Avengers. And we go through and we shut these websites down. So we do have a bit of fun. It's not all hard work, but we are here. I believe we're the biggest fighter of Ponzi schemes. I'm not saying we've got the biggest audience, but I'm just saying we spend collectively hours and hours every week. This lady here, look at the nice thumbnail. It was a goodie today. She's telling people that they need to get on the boat. She does religious connotations, so we decided to build her an ark and have a draft and a thingy. She was in here today trying to get off the stage as quick as possible. She's building the Noah's Ark. We've finished her off. So what does she do about it? Well, she says that I'm a racist. That's the way she fights back. She's telling everyone that Danny is a racist person. So if I go to America and somebody recognizes me, I don't think I'm going to have a very good time. But we have got, we've got defamatory statements like these ones here. This is her calling me a pedophile, a human trafficking. She's going to the police. Yeah, if you sit there and read all that stuff, it's quite demoralizing. But this is a lady who's claimed that she's going to lead people to financial. She's called me a sick pervert. This is because she put her sick 6-year-old child on a Zoom meeting with 900 people, and I was broadcasting it. And then now she hates me and she wants to come after me. And this is from Regan. And then today, we've got this is let's see if we get a bit of volume on this. Where is the volume of these days? There it is up here. But listen to what she says today. It's actually breathtaking when you listen to this is just as bad as this lady here is trying to scam hundreds and hundreds of people, and she doesn't care about anyone except herself. Listen to this.
Hey everybody. So I wanted to tell you that your links still work. You have to choose another link. Danny DeHeck, the crypto Avenger guy, who's stalking me literally, he had his people pay $25 and then reported his fraud or whatever. So the Columbus was kind of looking at our stuff. We have a lot of other merchants, so it's not a big deal, but we really are going to have to put a stop to this guy. So I'm going to talk to you guys about what we're going to have to do about him. He also tried to hack into the front end of our site, so we shut those links down. He can't get into the back end, and plus your money's not back there anyway. But, we already are taking care of that. But I want you leaders to know what we plan on doing, because New Zealand cyberbullying is jail time. So I want to tell you what we plan on doing to take care of this guy. So we'll talk tomorrow.
Yeah, so it's quite rich, really, that these people, first of all, I hacked into their website, which I didn't do. She's telling people that I'm going to do jail time because I'm a cyber stalker. And this lady is trying everything she knows to stop me. We took out her website. So we do have a lot of success because, and we're not the only people. We've also got a lovely lady, which we've just made, called Queen of Karma. And she's been helping us doing videos. But look at this. This is, where is she? So this is the lady that was so she was in behind MLM twice in a week. So, and Oz has done a really good job here. But this is just another scammer. And remember, if you need any news, I was speaking to a lot of Nigerians that never heard of behindmlm.com. But in here, these are where you get reports about scams. I mean, this lady here, in the last 48 hours, we've had their website shut down, their payment processor cancelled. We've deleted their webpage, and we've also stopped their crypto payments, and we got them all frozen. She was crying in the meeting the next day. This guy claims he's not the owner of the company. She's in the meeting telling everyone that he is an owner of the company. So that's really weird. Also, we've found copyright infringements where they claim that the people that own the copyright claim that they don't even know these people. We can't figure it out at the moment. Something's not right, but it's a different long story. But you can see that they got themselves in behind MLM. This is my clip. I gave that to him. But you can go through here and you can read these articles. But honestly, look, I'm so sorry that you guys have been scammed by Jesam Michaels. These guys are claiming they're parishes and they're praying to people. They're sitting here and praying to people, telling us that God save us from Danny DeHeck. I mean, for God's sake. Don't know if that makes sense. But remember, go to Behind MLM and study. If we went and got Jesam Michael, so that's something I haven't shown you yet. We'll shut down. We'll start calling this night. But if I went to Jesam, I don't even know if Behind MLM actually did an article on him. And the reason I'm saying that is because he wasn't actually running a pyramid scheme. So Novatech. Yeah, so I don't believe that Oz actually ever did an article about him because it wasn't a pyramid scheme. It was a crypto investment opportunity and it didn't have a pyramid structure to it. So Oz never did an article about him as far as I'm aware. I'll just leave that there for a second. But remember, you're supporting human trafficking a lot of the times. But we've had a lot of fun busting these scammers, but I tell you, it's exhausting. But I tell you what, I don't think this guy is going to be dancing inside his luxury cars anymore. But he may get released. I've seen it before. We saw Sam Lee get released. So, arrogant prick, enjoy your nights in the jail. Hopefully, we finally see some justice, and you won't be sitting there with a Cheshire smile on your cat. face, I should say. So look at him. This is him promoting, walking around. Everyone's too scared to stand up to him. He's launching his Apple store. He's built a nightclub. That was one thing we found. And here he's giving meeting updates like he's somebody powerful. Well, he's not very powerful now, are you, Jesam, if you're watching this in prison? But this guy, expensive jewelry, laundered over people. And we did have some photos with him with armed guards standing there protecting him. But these are just when I searched for his name on Google, I found him. But it would be good to find some armed guards that looking after him. The Susie, what's that one there? What is that fan one that we did open that up, so we'll come up to that in a second. But look at the pompous gear they have, isn't that? Look, I don't wear dresses. I know Rob does, but I don't. But look at the garb that he's wearing. I mean, this guy, they treat him like royalty. That surely isn't Jesam, is it? Don't think it's Jesam. Can't be. But anyway, it's a nice dress, mate. Looks like Rob would probably look good in that one. All right, I'm starting to shut down these windows. So that's his car. I took a photo of that, but looks like it needs a panel beater. So if you're going to buy these cars, see, Jesam license plate number. Didn't see that before. Wonder what one of those cars are worth. Well, it's impounded at the moment. It's at the police station. And there you go. He's got a Mercedes, is it 300? Something or other. It's already scratched around the side. Somebody's going to have to fix that one up. As we said, Legacy Queen, we believe that she should be accountable, and I do think they will go after her. So that's my 2 cents worth. What do you mean it's disconnecting? Don't know what you mean, Rob. Legacy Queen, obviously she's got Legacy Queen Crypto 2.0, and she's away promoting Ponzi schemes and scams again. There's no stopping her. And then she's got her existing channel. And if I was her, I'd be deleting everything to try and destroy the evidence. But I've done videos on you, Legacy Queen, and I've reached out to you to ask you if you want to be interviewed to tell your story. But look, she promotes Ubix. So there's going to be people on here going, oh, Ubix isn't a scam. And you have to think about it. Why would Ubix not be a scam? Well, it's been promoted by a lady who's just spent the last 3 years of her life or 2 years of life promoting everything about and Cryptech. Look, I mean, you guys have got to wake up. And the only reason anyone would say Cryptech isn't a scam is because they're receiving money from it. We've got people from Hyperverse promoting Cryptech, and I bet that's something that Carl Harvinstein's promoting. Yep, we're shutting down these windows, but there's a couple more. So this guy here, he's the number one provider. He's promoted 560 people to 560 people to Megan and Regan's Ponzi scheme. And this guy, SEC, I think, has done articles on him. This is his own website, so you're not going to find any negative stuff here. But you click join now, and you go off, and you meet Graham Frame. And look, and it's asking you, important notice, find your sponsor. So you need to have a sponsor. It's all about multi-level marketing. It's nothing about a product. They don't care about your friggin' products. They just want your sponsorship money. See you, Graham. And then I showed you this website, and then we showed you that this was a scan that looked really good on a PDF, but we checked out their website, and then before we know it, we found another website. And before we know it, we found another website. They're all the same, 3 different brands. Just crazy. Right, we're getting less of them. So we've got Behind MOM. Let's check him. Always go to Behind MOM if you want your latest stuff on scams. Anything to do with multi-level marketing, he reports. And he's even had his own website ripped off, and he wrote about it today. And then I shared my wee story with them about how I had also had my website ripped off, and same. Put it down there, you see. So check out the comments when you're looking at these articles. That's me, Crypto Ponzi Scheme Adventure. Where we're getting through these ties. Yep. So there's a blog all about what happened to me, and I think I got to the end of it near enough anyway. So coordinated campaigns. So I showed you all these websites that have been set up to defame me, and I haven't got. And then I've got people claiming that they took down my website. They didn't. I had the police knock on my door the other day, delivering a trespass notice in case I went onto a lady's property, and I said, "What the heck? Are you really?" It's a bot. What are you going on about? So I said, are you really dropping off a trespass notice to keep me off a lady's property, which I've never been on? And you said, oh, but you've said in one of your videos that you knew where she lived. And I said, is that illegal? And they said, no, but she wants us to deliver this. And I said, well, it turns out the lady that dropped the trespass notice off used to be an ex-police officer. So I've asked police officers to deliver trespass notices for people before. They said they're too busy. You can get them couriered. But this lady decided to get the police to do it. And she used to be an ex-police officer just because, and she's part of promoting a $350 million crazy. And then I talk about in this blog about the emotional toll it takes on you. When I know people who have died by suicide. Well, I know of people that have died by suicide who invest in the crypto opportunities. And I hear these stories every day. I've been dizzy for over 2 months now. I stand up and I have to be careful when I stand up because sometimes I feel like I'm going to fall over. I'm too stressed at the moment. It is 12 minutes past 1 in the morning here in New Zealand at the moment. See, I even put a clock up just to prove that. Look, I've got a wee clock. See? It is 12 minutes past AM, whatever, in the morning. So it is actually physically, mentally, and exhausting facing these scammers. So I really appreciate the support I get. But, when I lost my YouTube channel the other day, I thought I'm currently investigating 114 Ponzi scheme. I've got 394 profiles on individuals who promote them. And I've got a database of 70 Australians. And then I get the FMA from New Zealand publishing a one-pager saying it may be a Ponzi scheme or scam. Thanks for the support, FMA. You're absolutely amazing. But we do have these government agencies looking at our database. And right now, I actually think I've got an idea in my head too, which I'll do tomorrow morning. Public support is amazing. I've been in the New York Times. I've been interviewed by Bloomberg Business Weekly. They come and filmed me for 6 hours the other day. And they said sorry about not being able to finish the video this month. And they said it will be published next month. But they've decided to make it a bit bigger. So it could be a proper documentary style. I've been in ABC News Australia. They've quoted me in their papers. I've helped them with information. The Guardian newspaper has published 14 articles about Hyperverse. I helped provide the information to get some of those articles correct. And basically, gratitude to everybody that supports me and what I do, my craziness. And I do want to mention something amazing the other day. I don't recognize the name, but this is Buy Me a Cup of Coffee. And somebody, I shouldn't say somebody, but one lady has actually paid for 25 coffees. So you can support me. Go to my website or find the link in the description of the video you're watching. And if you want to support me in what I do, you don't have to buy me 25 coffees, but a coffee is quite nice. And jelly snack. And what I'm doing lately is I actually do a video reply to everybody. So this was last night at 12:30. I did a video reply thanking the lady.
Wow, thank you so much. 25 coffees. That is very generous. And it sort of even makes me speechless. But I really appreciate the support. It's 12 o'clock at night here in New Zealand. I'm about to go to bed. And that was certainly nice to find that out before I went to bed. So thank you very much for your kindness.
Yeah, so that was pretty amazing. But yeah, what I'm doing, if you do give us a coffee, I promise you I'll do a wee video. But I don't know if you know, but this blog that you see, I've got these posts. I'm actually building quite a big database now. Well, when I say big, I haven't been publishing all these blogs, but I have 6 blogs that I post. And it's had 10 views already, but this isn't my blog. This is just on Buy Me a Cup of Coffee. You can go there and read my blogs. And now I'm getting more subscribers, which is really nice. So thank you for that. But now you can see I publish quite a few blogs, but I publish a blog just about every day and I post it on 6 different platforms. That's what I was trying to say. But Buy Me a Cup of Coffee is my favorite. And that's another website I want to get down. We're getting to that link you sent through. Look at this, another website. There's just so many websites trying to stop the crypto Ponzi scheme Avenger. Craig Watton. Well, some good stuff coming up about him in a few wee while. I'll tell you about that in another day. But, he's complained about my podcast being online and he's had it removed. And oh my goodness, look at that. It's back online. Isn't that exciting? And there was another article about another bottom feeder, Rory Kanacha. He's stealing $15 from people who have already been scammed. This is how low these people go. But once again, he got his podcast removed and it's back again. Isn't that good? FMA, you're friggin' awesome. And I'm not sure of the next picture, but hopefully it's I'm just don't trust people at the moment, but it's I just want to check to see what it is before I get there. Oh my goodness, that's all right. Look at that. What does that mean? What is that? Time for bed. I think that's what you're saying. What does that picture mean? I don't know. You're funny. Goonies, is it? What is it? All right, guys. It is time for that. It is time for bed. It's time to say goodbye to all my friends and family. KIC, MIC, Mickey Mouse Club, isn't it? Hey, that was me. I've had a good last few days. I got myself a brand new watch today. My friend Steve looks after me. My other watch, which is only a couple of months old, but look at it. It's beautiful. It's a Garmin watch. If you want one of those, it's a Phoenix 8 51mm. And look, it's even got like a watch on it, torch. Look at that. Isn't that clever? Yeah, that's really cool. So I was quite pleased about that. I've had a pretty good day and I've had a pretty good week. It's so nice to have my YouTube channel back. I've actually got 35 people in the chat room, which is actually a lot of people, and there's a lot of chatting going on there. So it's really, really nice. But as Rob said, and as Susie says, it's time for bed. It's time to say goodbye to all my friends and family. KIC, MIC. I've said that one already, haven't I? I'm that tired. Hey, look, guys, I'm Danny the Heck. And first of all, I just want to say sorry to the people who've lost money to Jesam Michaels. And if we have got some justice, at least he's behind bars. I'm not going to hold my breath and say he's going to stay behind bars because I've seen Sam Lee being released 7 days after he's been in prison. These guys, if they're going to launch a $10 million lawsuit against people who stand up to them, I'm sure he's got lawyers that will be trying to get him out of prison. Who knows what the story is? Let's hope he's spent all the money and he can't afford lawyers anymore. Don't know if that's a good thing to say. But anyway, Jesam Michaels, he's behind bars. That's pretty cool. And before I get behind bars, what do you think I look like behind bars? Ooh, do you think they'll throw the key away? I'm Danny the Heck, a.k.a. the Crypto Ponzi Scheme Avenger, and I'm behind bars. Thanks for listening. I'm here to name and shame anyone running or promoting a Ponzi scheme or a scam. And I promoted the fact that Jesam Michael was a scammer, and now he's behind bars. But so am I. See you guys. Oh, Crypto G. You can't come in here at this time of night and start chatting. What, you're going to chat just before I go, and now you're going to feel like I've left the room. Elvis has left the building. So thanks, Crypto G. All right, guys. Good night.